Hi and welcome. I am Katarina and this is my channel, your place for card making, creative inspiration and a little extra sparkle in every project. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Let's jump into today's project. Today I am so excited to use the brand new Find in Nature collection from Wow Embossing Powder, inspired by Seth Apter. This collection includes two sets, a quad called Foraged Relics and a duo called Nature's Alloy. Both are inspired by the colors and textures of the outdoors, bringing the beauty of the natural world into your mixed media inspired projects. From smooth and sparkly to rough and textured, these powders are perfect whether you're highlighting focal points or adding details into the background. I am starting with a white die cut which was cut out with the Diamond District die by Seth Apter, recently released by Sizzix. I covered it in embossing ink using the Wow ink pad, and I'm going to go in with two different embossing powders from the new release. First up is the Coal Flare from the quad. You could see how I was rolling it between my fingers and shaking it just to make sure that I have distributed all the different elements of this powder evenly. Scattering it over the inked up die cut, but making sure I did not cover the entire area, because this time I'm coming in with the Gilded Sand embossing powder from the new duo. I am sprinkling it everywhere, but this will only stick to the exposed ink, so wherever the Coal Flare hasn't already covered it up. To melt these two powders together, I'm going in from underneath first and then from the top. And now you can see this gorgeous die cut. It is so beautiful. The transformation from these embossing powders are dramatic, especially the Coal Flare. It is gorgeous. I have prepared a few elements. A 5 3/4 by 7 3/4 of an inch watercolor card. And then white heavyweight die cuts using the Butterfly Dreams Stamp and Die set by Chloe's Creative Cards, but I only used the dies, both the solid and the detailed one. And then using the Word Wafers die set by Seth Apter, released by Sizzix, I have die cut several times, and in here I was yet to decide which pieces I was going to use on my final card. So I've die cut the solid back piece from gold, white and vellum. And then from gold and white, I've die cut the solid piece to go behind the letters. And then the letters itself that spell out dreams, I've die cut 3 times each from white card, and I layered them up. So these are nice sturdy die cuts already layered up in here. Next, I'm going to work on my background, which I'm going to create on that piece of watercolor card. I've picked out 3 of my Distress Oxide ink pads, Twisted Citron, Salvage Patina and Peacock Feathers. Starting off with some ink smooshing using the Twisted Citron, you could see I went in with a very light layer just by adding some of the ink watered down on my mixed media mat, a glass mat in there. And I dry it between each layer. This is how I like to build up my backgrounds. I do think that creates a lot more texture, visual texture in there, and I just do think it looks nicer. So I went with a very light layer, dried it, then went in with a much darker layer where I added less water to my ink, and in here with the final layer that you could see me use, I added it to a piece of acetate, the ink to a piece of acetate, and I added very little water, creating like an ink splattery look once applied onto my card. Now coming in with the same color, Twisted Citron Distress Spritz Spray, which is a translucent spray, but once it dries back, it will leave that lovely sparkle with that Twisted Citron base to it, and it is just such a gorgeous addition to it. I think it creates an extra texture in there, and I absolutely love that look. So I'm using my heat tool again to give this a good dry, because now I'm going to come in with a different color, and this is very important that it is dry, the base color, because I want my next color, the Peacock Feathers, to stand out in there. I want the 2 colors to be separated as much as I can. If the Twisted Citron had been still wet, these 2 colors would just wash together and they would not be as defined as they are in here. Now, Distress Oxide inks will reactivate a little bit when you're applying water. So when I'm coming in with my next colors, it does activate some of the colors underneath. But that works in my favor in here because it lets me blend in those colors just a little bit more together. and which is what I'm going to work in next. Once I dry this panel, I'm coming with a little bit more of that peacock feathers, but this time I'm adding more water to it, so I will be able to soften down the edges of those darker splatters in there. It just creates a much better blend. So you see how you can create much more blended in or much more defined edges to your colors. It really is just down to your liking and experimenting what is it that suits your makes the best. So in here, I'm going to come in with another distress spritzing, which is the peacock feathers, and this is just going to add another layer of sparkle. And in here, you could see me adding that big splatter. But no panic, once it dries back, that base dries back clear, so it won't be a big darkened splatter in there, but I do try to soften it down with some inks in here. It will look absolutely perfect. Once fully dried, you will not see that big blob, but there will be some lovely mica shine and sparkle in there from the Distress Spritz spray. Now, because there's so much heat and water that I used on this piece of card, it is quite warped, so I am going to try to straighten this out a little bit by trapping it between two pieces of card. And I only using card because I'm going to send this through my die cutting machine, and my plates, as you can see, are quite well used, and I don't want to transfer any of those marks onto the card, so that's the only reason I used the pieces of cards. So it did straighten it out a little bit, enough for me to be able to work with it. The plan is to glue this heat embossed piece on top, but at this point I wasn't decided whether I wanted to add a gold dark cut behind it or not, so I just set it aside until I worked on my next elements. Using the salvage patina and the peacock feathers, I'm ink blending over the two solid pieces of white butterfly die cuts that I showed you earlier on, and I'm coming in quite heavy towards the edges. I want this to be defined, a difference in there, just like kind of an ombre look, and I'm doing the same to the smaller piece as well. There is a larger and a smaller butterfly included in the set. And here, towards the edges of the butterfly wings, I also have spritzed some of the peacock feather spray. Now the rest I'm picking up just with a piece of cardstock, which I'm going to set aside and I will be able to use on a different make in the future. I just didn't want to waste all that gorgeous spray there on my glass mat. So I came back and I've die cut the solid pieces from vellum as well, just to add some extra layer to those butterflies. And now using the three different distress subsidings, I'm going to add some color to the detailed die cuts of the butterflies. I am mixing up, so I'm using the twisted citron at the edges of the wings on one of them, and on the other one I am mixing it up, so using the twisted citron on the body and so on. So they create two different looks using the same colors. Now I'm giving it a dry because I do want to add some extra texture to these. Now this part I wanted to delete from my footage and I decided to leave it in because this is going to be a fail. So I'm splattering water onto these and I am covering it in the gilded sand embossing powder which I used earlier on, and I thought that it will stick to the wings a little bit more than it did, but it really didn't. So to correct this, I am instead dabbing the butterfly wings into the wow embossing ink pad, and I am sprinkling with my fingers some of that powder all over the wings. I don't want to cover up the wings, I just want to have splatters of that embossing powder here and there just to add some lovely interest to those. And then I'm coming back with some more where I thought I'd missed some areas, and then I'm going to repeat exactly the same on the smaller butterfly wings as well. And then layering the butterflies up, I'm going to use the solid die cut, the vellum piece, which is also a solid die cut, and then the detailed wings. And these look so gorgeous. I really am in love with how these turned out. And to finish off the butterflies, I am taking the bodies, which are die cut from white card as well, and I am going to heat emboss these using the Kohl Flare Mixed Media Embossing Powder. The transformation with this embossing powder is really dramatic. I think it is the most dramatic of them all, and I am absolutely in love with the results. If you haven't yet seen my video where I introduced these powders, make sure you go and check that out as well. I will have it linked at the very end of this video for you. So these are the bodies of the butterflies, and I'm going to now glue these all together, but only applying glue at where the body of the butterfly is, so the wings will be able to lift stuff and create some lovely dimension on my card. And if you're shopping on either UK or the US websites of Wow Embossing Powder using the code that you can see on my screen now, WowDT Katarina, will get you 10% off the price, and a small commission at no extra cost to you will come my way, which will help me to support my creative projects, and I really am grateful for your support in this. And then here you can see me finishing the butterflies and using my reverse tweezers to hold them in place until the glue sets. I have a piece of gold mirror card measuring 5 7/8 by 7 7/8 inches, and I glued it on top of a 6 by 8 inch white card base. And I am adding double-sided adhesive as well as some color glue at the back of my watercolor card, which I am going to glue then straight on top of that gold card. And in here, once fully dried back, you will be able to see all that lovely detail and that visual texture on that watercolor card. Absolutely stunning. So now I've decided that I did not want to use a gold die cut behind this. I didn't want anything to take away from that lovely texture that the mixture of the two embossing powders have created in here. So I used some liquid glue and I am gluing it straight onto the card front. And then it was time to work on my sentiment. And I did change my mind about a few things in here. So my original idea was to use the sentiment strip along the bottom of my card, but I will move that later in this video. The white die cut, I added some color to using the Peacock Feathers Distress Oxide ink. I will end up using the gold die cut slightly offset behind it, but I'll not use the vellum. And I won't use the detailed gold die cut either. So I will have these 3 layers in here. Gold solid, peacock feathers colored in solid, and the white letter background die cut. And as for the letters, which I already stacked up in trees, as I mentioned at the start of this video, I'm going to add some color using heat embossing. Now I'm using a low-tack tape to hold them in place in here, but which was again such a fail because they're all going to just fall off in here. The embossing powder I'm using for this is from the new quad, and this one is called the Copper Whale. Again, a stunning, gorgeous color inspired by nature. So in here you could see all those letters fell off. So I'm just pulling them apart using a pokey tool, and I'm going to heat set them one by one before gluing them in place on top of that white detailed die cut. And it was in here then that I decided not to use that gold die cut. I thought it was just a bit too much, and again took away a lot from those lovely heat embossed details on the letters. So in here I am using my liquid glue just to layer these 3 up together. This one straight onto the tail cut, and this one slightly offset, so the gold will show off towards the left and towards on the top of that die cut a little, adding some lovely interest and lovely detail. And it is in here again that I decided instead of the bottom of the card I'm going to use it across the middle, and I'm using foam pads this to add some extra dimension again. As for the butterflies, I'm going to glue this straight flat onto the card because those wings already have and add some lovely dimension to the card. So I just glued them one above and one below the sentiment. And just to finish my card off, I'm bringing in some gold rhinestones, which will bring everything nicely together with the little gold showing around the background and around the sentiment in there. And this will finish my card off just lovely, with the gold playing so beautifully together with the warm tones of nature that the embossing powders provide. And finally, here is some close-up footage of the finished project. I am in love with this card. The colors, the texture, everything is just perfect. But I would love to read your thoughts on this. Be sure to leave me a comment in the comment section below, letting me know what do you think of this one. I sure am looking forward to reading them all. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss my next video, and in the meantime feel free to click on these rectangles for more creative inspiration. Until the next time, see you soon. Bye!